Welcome back to Footballology. So I need y'all to listen to this. This is just wild.
Now we have to talk about his replacement in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, who threw 3 interceptions and now injured the right shoulder. So we're going to be asking this 16 times this year, but I'll ask it again. Did the Packers make the wrong choice of quarterback?
Are you ready for this? Get ready, because you're going to have a heart attack, Fred Sanford. You're going to have a heart attack, okay? Yes, they did. They made a mistake because clearly Aaron Rodgers looks to be a little bit over his head. The first 2 games of the year, he was playing like the best quarterback in the NFL. But guess what? It seems like people are now figuring him out. The pressure, he's feeling it. He's getting pop silly. Doesn't necessarily have the ability that Brett Favre has shown. You consider the fact that the Green Bay Packers win the NFC Championship game last year. You look at Tate Thompson, you look at Mike McCarthy and those guys, and you're saying to yourself, excuse me, this is why you got rid of Brett Favre. You got this veteran squad that was capable of competing for a Super Bowl championship. It had to be something personal as to why you got rid of Brett Favre, and that has no business playing a part in business decisions when you got the interest of the other 52 players to consider.
He said it.
Who is Fred Sanford's wife? Elizabeth?
Elizabeth, I'm coming. It's the big one. It's the big one. Stephen A. Smith finally saw the light, and I'm done on this film.
Half of our audience right now is going, who's Fred Sanford?
I'm coming to join you, honey. I'm coming to join you. You know, that's what it was.
So you heard what Stephen A. Smith said in that clip, which I thought was hilarious because we live in a day and age now where we can pretty much almost find anything on the internet, and especially if it was recorded at a specific time or anything. So I thought that was interesting that Stephen A. said that about Aaron Rodgers, and now what he says about Aaron Rodgers today. But then this is a clip of him talking about Jordan Love and the Packers now.
There, obviously, he's got to make better decisions. Some people have looked from a football analysis standpoint or from a football analytics perspective. They've looked at Matt LaFleur and they've said he's been somewhat protective, if not excessively protective, of Jordan Love. Maybe that's the case. I'm looking at a Jordan Love here. There's been 5 games that he's played. The dude has thrown in the 50 percentile 4 of those 5 games. His 63% completion was against Detroit, and that was in a loss when they was getting their butts whipped, and they were down by about 20 points, and he had to throw the football to come back. He threw 36 passes that game, even though he threw 44 the game before. I'm looking at him, 6 touchdowns and no interceptions in the first 2 games. 1 touchdown and 6 interceptions in the last 3 games. And so I look at it from that perspective, and I'm saying, okay, I get what Doggy is saying, but it is the first year, his first time starting as the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. There's going to be some growing pains. We've seen Troy Aikman go through it. We've seen Peyton Manning go through it. We've seen almost everybody go through it outside of Tom Brady. My issue is, what about the coach? We gonna ask about this, brother. We just gonna sit up there and just let it slide that Green Bay is struggling, and we ain't gonna think about bringing up Matt LaFleur. You might do that. I'm not gonna avoid doing that.
So now that we come over here and look at Jordan Love's numbers, as you can see, Stephen A. wasn't lying. He threw about 50% and both for the completion or in the completion category several times, and I think that definitely hurts them. But something Stephen A. also said in those videos that really kind of stuck with me was that he talked about the coaches. Now, if you go back and look at both Mike McCarthy and Matt LaFleur's coaching time, you can see Green Bay was their first stop. And in both situations, they both came into a situation where the veteran quarterback understood how to run offenses and understood how to really take care of business. And now, when they switched over to these younger quarterbacks, they have to learn these younger quarterbacks what they can and cannot do. But also something else that people are not really talking about is Jordan Love has nothing but young rookie. I mean, I'm not going to say rookie, but we're talking about year 1 to year 2 wide receivers. Whereas Aaron Rodgers had Donald Driver and he had Jordy Nelson, but Jordy Nelson wasn't that guy just yet. And he also had, I want to say Greg Jennings, but I could be mistaken. There was some over the receiver. I just looked up the roster. But anyways, he had veteran receivers that could really probably usher him along. So it made that first year starting look a little bit better for Aaron Rodgers. But basically, I put this video clip out to say that I think that we're judging Jordan Love way too soon, which a lot of people are actually starting to say and understand that. And I think we're judging Matt LaFleur way too soon, because I think that when you look at both situations, both when Green Bay had Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers starting out, and you look at Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love starting out, they got off to rocky starts because they have to learn what they can and cannot do, and it really allowed themselves to grow within one another, if that makes any sense at all. But you look at what Sean Payton and Drew Brees did when they first kind of came out. It just takes time for these marriages to happen. They don't happen overnight. And if the coach and the quarterback are willing to put in the work, you're going to start seeing something really amazing on the field. And also, like I said, I don't think that Donald Driver and some of those veteran receivers that Aaron Rodgers had at the beginning of his career really get enough credit to really helping a young quarterback come along. And that's something Jordan Love is badly missing right now. He doesn't have a guy that he can truly lean on. He has a rookie tight end. He has a year one and Christian Watson, the year two Christian Watson. Romeo Dobbs is a young guy, and all these other receivers that are on the roster. So he doesn't have that veteran guy that he can really lean on as far as when it comes to the passing game. And that's really hurting him, I think, right now. And then also the offense lines and shambles and everything. So realistically, I think that we should lay off Jordan Love. And if we come over here and also look at, I highlighted some of Aaron Rodgers. This is Aaron Rodgers' first 6 starts in Green Bay. So you come over and look at his first 6 starts. They're not that godly either. Aaron Rodgers didn't have a good year one. Even if you look at how he finished the year, he didn't finish the year that crazy either. And here's a guy that went on to win multiple MVPs, won a Super Bowl, won Super Bowl MVP, did all these great things for Green Bay Packers. So if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, I think that if anything, you're just saying, okay, been here, done that. I know how this story ends, and hopefully it ends the same way it's always ended. With you having a franchise quarterback for the next 15 years, with you having a franchise quarterback that's always going to keep you in games, that's always going to get you to the playoffs, that's going to get you an opportunity to win a Lombardi at least one time. That's all you can really ask for if you're the Green Bay Packers. And I think that they're trending, as they always say, like they're trending in the right direction, and we got them right where we want them. So I think personally, lay off Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love is perfectly fine. I think everything is perfectly fine. Let's wait another year or two. Green Bay Packers are not going to waste the draft capital on going to get another young quarterback just to be in this situation all over again. I think they're going to hang on. They're going to fasten their seatbelts and just ride the roller coaster wave that is this year one starting quarterback. And then maybe next year they can bring back a Devontae Adams back, or bring back a veteran receiver of some sort. But give this guy an opportunity to grow and to learn from his failures. And that's another thing too. He doesn't know what he can and cannot do yet. Let him put some stuff on the film, and then when you go back, these are coaching moments, right? So you have those coaching moments to go back and look at and say, hey, remember you tried this? Look what you did wrong, and this is why we don't do it that way. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're a Green Bay Packers fan and you actually agree with what I'm saying, or you thought some of those takes that Stephen A had were pretty funny, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you're not a footballologist yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go on and hit that subscribe button today, become a footballologist, and stay safe, football fans.